What's going on, stackers? So in this video I'm going to share with you how to create a journal or a notebook for Amazon KDP using tangent templates and Canva. So welcome back to StackinProfit. My name's Paddy, and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said in this video, we're going to be creating a notebook or a journal for selling on Amazon KDP, and we're going to be using Canva and also tangent templates. Now, what we're actually going to do is create the book from a pattern that I already have. So I'm just kind of like repurposing my design. Now, if we go over to here, I already have that pulled up. I'm pretty certain that I actually created this in a YouTube video here on YouTube, and what I'll do is I'll link that right there right now in the right hand corner so you can go through and watch me create this design. In this video we're going to use this design and turn it into a notebook, and we're going to do that by using tangent templates, which is just here. Now, with tangent templates you get lots of different interiors, as we can see, but it's much more than that. We have all these tools up here. We have the interior designer. I still haven't really played around with that. Tangent builder, KDP helper, listing helper, category explorer, pricing calculator, and even more tools than that. If you're a low content book publisher, then tangent templates is definitely a must-have tool. So from here, what we're going to do, because we have the design, but we need to turn this into a book, into a cover. So first of all, I need to get the dimensions from here on tangent templates. This is just another reason why I love this tool so much. So from here, what I want to do is go on to KDP helper. And now what I can do is type in the dimensions of the book that I want to create. For this instance, we're going to do a 6x9 because it's just going to be a standard little notebook. And for most notebooks, they're around 100 pages. So I'm going to keep that like that. And then we're going to do white paper and interior bleed yes. So from here, what I now want to do is click continue. And now it's going to spit out all of the dimensions that I need for my interior and my cover. The main thing that we want is the cover, because we're going to get the interior from here on tangent templates as well. So right here we have the dimensions, cover, interior. We're going to click on cover. We're going to download this template as well. This template will help you create your cover. And now let's just scroll all the way down to here, Canva, because this is my go-to tool, Canva. You might use something else, but mine is Canva. Now right here, we can see the interior, not the interior, sorry, the dimensions for the cover that we need. So we need to take this, we need to go back over to Canva. I'm going to go to create a design. We're going to go to custom, just here. And now I want to change this to inches. And I'm going to plug that in there. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to get the other dimension, which we need, which is a 9.25. This is just another reason why I love tangent templates. Being able to put in the book pages, the dimensions, and everything about the book that I want to create. And then tangent templates spitting out the dimensions is such a time saver. Anyway, back to here. Let's type in there. And now let's go to create design. Now from here, we can start creating the cover from the pattern design just here. But first things first, let's go back over. Let's take this, let's download that, go back over, and now I want to upload this, which we just downloaded, into Canva. So all I'm going to do is drag and drop, like so. Now just give that a second to do its thing. There we go. Now from here, what I want to do is just add this, like so. Put that to there. And now we're going to make a little template for a notebook. And then with this little template, you can use multiple times and then just flip out your pattern designs. Now what do I mean? Well, you're about to see that. So from here, what I want to do is just go to Elements. I want to put a little spine on the book as well. So I'm going to take this just here. It's under Lines and Shapes. If you typed in Shapes just here, clicked Enter, go to Graphics or just All on All, we want this one. Now from here, I'm going to make that a little bit thinner, make it longer, move that over. We're going to make that a bit more thinner, so it's a bit more like the spine. There we go. And bam. Now with this, I want to have that black. So let's change that to black. As you can see, the template's coming along. Now from here, I want to put notebook somewhere. We could have notebook on the front cover, just here, or we could put it on the spine. Now you can't get around that. Whatever your title is on Amazon for your book, you either have to have it on the front cover and or on the spine. There's no getting around that. But either way, let's just put it on the front. So what I want is one of these squares with a little border. So let's take this one. Let's make that a little bit smaller because I don't want this border edge that wide or wide. Yeah, let's change that to there. Make that a little bit smaller. In fact, let's go to text. And now I just want to take that, the heading, and let's just type in notebook. In fact, let's do it in bold. I can't even spell. Don't know why that's doing that. Note book. Now let's make this a little bit longer. We can play around with the font, but I want to get it looking good first. Let's make that a little bit smaller, like so. Let's take that edge. We want to take the edge, turn that to black. That hasn't quite done it, so let's do the next one. Black, wrong one. Black, so let's change this one to white. And then with this, I want to make that transparent, just so we can see the pattern behind it a little bit. But we'll do that in a second. Now I'm just going to move that to here, and from here I can start playing around with the fonts. Now top tip, if you have Canva Pro and also a Creative Fabrica account, you can download, I really can't talk today. You can download as many fonts as you want over on Creative Fabrica, and if you have that Canva Pro as well, you can upload them here so you can make better quality designs. So as you can see here, these ones just here, which I've recently used, are from Creative Fabrica. This Ask Why is one of my favourite fonts at the minute. There we go. Maybe make that a little bit bigger, like so, and then move that over. Now we can all line that up in a minute, but first of all, this is looking okay. But now I need that pattern design. So again, if you want to watch this, click up there in the right hand corner, because that's the video where I designed this pattern. And these patterns are really easy to create, and you can use them on notebooks, journals, composition notebooks. You can even use them on print on demand, on things like pillows and stuff like that over on Redbubble. The possibilities are literally endless. Now anyway, what I want to do is download this as a PNG file. Now excuse me, why a PNG file? Well, we want this background transparent. Now, I'm pretty sure this is only a Canva Pro feature. I might be wrong on that. I might be right. I'm not too sure, as I haven't had a free Canva account in a very long time. But either way, we want this as transparent. Now, let's go ahead and click download. Now, with this file, like I said, I want it transparent. Now, why do I want it transparent? So I can change the background color on the fly. So if you don't know what I mean, you'll get to see that in just a second. Let's just wait for this to download. We're almost there. It's taking a little bit longer than what I thought. Now let's just go and pause the video for 1 second. In fact, there's no need. There we go. So let's go back over to here. And now let's upload this, the pattern, into Canva so we can turn it into the notebook. Now I'm going to click off of there. I'm going to give that just a second to load up. There we go. And we can see that the image, the pattern, has that transparent background. Very, very important, because now I can click on here, add it to my notebook. So I'm going to put it around about there. I'm going to make it a little bit longer, probably like that. And then let's just move that in as well. And now what I want to do is flip this. So we're going to copy and flip this round. That way you can see that right here all lines up very nicely. Now from here we're going to push to the back. I'm going to push forward 1 so it comes over that template. Then we're going to do the same just here, push to the back, push forward 1. And now I can start playing around with the colours. So what I want to do is take this spine, and now we're just going to clone. We're going to make bigger. We're going to change the colour. Let's do maybe a white. And now we're going to push this to the back, forward 1, and there we go. So it's right behind there. Now I can actually move that along and make bigger like so. And now we have our notebook, but I don't quite like it. So what I would do is just play around with this until it starts looking better. I might make that bigger, push that over to round about there. I reckon that looks good. So now I'm just going to pull in that edge. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to clone, and then I'm going to flip and move that one back to here, line that up and push behind that spine. So there we go. The notebook's looking good. In fact, this looks a little bit off. So what I would do, in fact, let's just take this. Let's move that. Let's just lock that up for a second. Let's take this white again. Let's just make this a little bit transparent, just so I can see that edge around here. And now let's lock that. Let's take this, move this back over to around about there. And now let's just lock this. Main reason being so I can play around. Now I can drag. If your images or graphics on Canva are not locked, if you try and drag, like so, it's going to drag over these ones. So that's why I just like to lock some images so I can play around. But looking at this, this actually looks like it's lined up. So I might want to make that just a little bit smaller, like so. And I could move that to here. So that doesn't look lined up, so let's just do that one more time. In fact, the notebook doesn't quite look centered. There we go. Let's take that, move that in to round about there. So now we have the makings of the notebook. Let's move this over. Let's take that, do this, make that back to normal, because now I can play around with those colours. So some of the colours that I do like, especially if something's bright like this, I want to go onto black. So black looks good. I quite like the black. But now we can see that this is all messed up. So the black on black doesn't quite work. So another thing that I like to do is use a color picker Chrome extension. Now I have a couple of different ones. I have this one just here, which is Colorzilla. And then I have this one just here, which is Color Pick Eyedropper. Both do exactly the same thing. So let's click on one of here, because now what I want to actually just do is take one of these colors from the graphics in my pattern to have on the spine and the border just here. So right off the bat, I quite like this purple, this pinkish purple color. I've actually chosen the wrong extension. Let's go back to here, and there we go, Color Picker or Colorzilla. So like I said, I want to take, if you look up here, up the top of the screen, you can see the colour just there. So now if I hover over any of these colours, it's going to pick it up, and then it's going to give me the hex code. Now, like I said, I quite like this pink purple colour. I reckon that would go well with the black. So I've taken that now. We're going to click onto the spine, and now I'm just going to play around. In fact, look, the colours are already here because Canva's got this new feature where you can extract colours from your graphics. But from here, I'm just going to click on there. Then I'm going to click paste. And there we go. We now have that pink. And now I'm going to do that on the border just here as well. Let's see if I can pick the right one. That didn't quite work, so let's do that one. There we go. And we could play around with the notebook as well. We could play around with effects, fonts, and all of that good stuff. There's so much cool stuff that you can now do within Canva to make your books stand out. But this is what I'd practically do. This is how I would create the cover. Again, go through, watch that pattern design video, because patterns are really easy to create, and as you can see, they look pretty good on a notebook. But that's the cover. That's how I'd create that. Very, very simple. And then with tangent templates, I'd go back over, and then I'd get my lined interior. So I'd go back here to tangent interiors, scroll all the way down to round about here, journal paper. Where did that go? Here we go, journal paper. Now if we click on here, we can see trim size, page count and bleed. So we're going to do that 6x9. We're going to do 100 pages, not 1,000. Bleed, yes, because we might not have to do bleed actually, because bleed is all about if your lines and or images go right to the edge of the page. If they go right to the edge of the page, you need bleed. If they don't, you don't. But for the cover, I already chose bleed, so in fact, let's just go ahead and download this. But now I have the interior just here. I would slightly customize this, add in a welcome page or this journal belongs to page, maybe some graphics on the inside of the interior as well, depending on the niche. But that's the interior. We now have 100 pages, and then if I go back to here, download this notebook cover, we can now click on PDF print and click download, and now I have my interior and my cover in less than 20 minutes. Again, it all came down to creating that pattern and then utilizing that pattern in whatever designs that you want. But there we go. That's the interior just here, and that's the cover. Pretty simple stuff. Now earlier on I spoke about creating a template. So if we go back over to here, I could now use this as a template. So if I clone this, we'll keep that one down the bottom, but if we clone that like so, take away the pattern, take away the pattern as well, and take away the back, we now have a template. And with this template I could create more patterns and then just come in and create a book on the fly. One thing I forgot to do when actually downloaded this, I would have done so, just move that over and delete that underlined template. Always remember to do that, because you don't want that in the file when you're uploading your books. But there we go. Let's move this over to round about there. So always remember that as well. But now I have a template. So with this, like I said, I can come in with a brand new pattern. So I could create a brand new pattern, download it, upload it into here, and bam, I have a new notebook cover. Pretty simple stuff. And as you can see, they look pretty good as well. Now this one would be like a 90s theme notebook. So that's what this would be, but there's so many different types of niches out there for notebooks. There's literally thousands. So let's just take one more look. We now have the interior. So if we zoom out just here, we can see 100-page interior. Again, I would customize that first page, possibly put some graphics on the inside in the interior. And then we have the cover just here. So let's zoom out like so. One more zoom, and bam, the notebook cover. So again, very simple stuff. That's how I would go ahead and create a notebook or a journal for KDP using Canva, tangent templates, and some patterns that I like to create. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been StackinProfit, and I'll see you again soon.